Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this look from the 39L Morphe Hit the Lights palette, and I hope you enjoy it. This palette I believe is currently at Ulta stores around where you live, and they've been doing a discount on it since it was part of the holiday collection, so you can probably find it for a really good price. So hope you enjoy. Let's dive in. Okay, let's dive right into this look. I cannot wait to show you guys because this 39L Highlights palette, Hit the Lights. I said highlights, but it's Hit the Lights. It doesn't matter really because it's just blingy and shiny and so pretty. What they did is they have this sheet in here that tells you which Instagram influencers, so there's these sections, and these influencers influence those colors. But as you can see, it's got a wide range of like colors from this artistry, the reds, which are super fun, and then your kind of your neutrals, and these are all Morphe shades down the middle, the big ones. So I'm going to start out with this brownish taupey color. It's called My Type, and I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star. I use this one all the time. It's the JS5, very fluffy brush. I'm just going to dab it in there and then lightly pat it on that brow bone. Sorry, I've got my little mirror that I can see with down there, so I need that adjusted. And then just lightly, because I don't want it to be too dark. See how it just darkens up that just a little bit, but not a lot. If I really pack that on, it would be quite dark, and that's not the look I'm going for. I just want it to start out very kind of taupey light. Once you get all of that on there, I'm going to take my little brush cleaner, swivel, swivel, swivel. Since I washed my brushes earlier this week, that one's been used a couple times. And then I'm going to go in with, this is the Morphe Jeffree Star as well, and this is the JS8. It's very floofy, as you can see. Yesterday I wore a really orange. So I'm just gonna make sure that all that orange color I used yesterday, that I brushed it off. Sometimes I forget. And then I'm gonna go in with this coppery color, which is, let me see, So Wild? Yeah, So Wild. I haven't learned all the names of them yet, but. So I'm just gonna swirl it around. It's a shimmer, so it should pick up really nice. Kind of pack it on the end there, tap off any excess, and I'm pointing the brush up towards that brow bone. So I'm just going to go right underneath the fallout of that taupe color, and I'm going to add this light copper and just do these short little windshield wiper motions all the way over to the inner corner of the eye, but really light-handed. Always hold the brush down at this end. It gives you like a real soft light as I whirl around my magic wand. Yes, my magic wand of doing makeup are my brushes. So pick up some more and then move over to the other eye and just pack that on lightly, pointing upwards in these windshield wiper motions so that it is just below that taupe, and it kind of does a nice transition. Okay, make sure we swipe off that brush. And then I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Morphe Star. This is the JS12, and it is a tiny tapered brush. And with that, I'm going to go in with this deeper copper. It is called Extra Attitude. Extra attitude. And I'm just going to gently swirl around, build up some product on there, tap off excess, and right here on this crease, I'm just going to deepen that copper. So it goes from like the light to the deeper copper look. And just lightly windshield wiper motions over to that inner corner very gently. So see how this kind of just gradually gets a little bit darker. This still has the overly blended kind of look. So you're just going to darken up this crease a little bit with this copper color. Go do 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 do. And I don't usually do all shimmer looks, but I kind of like this one from this palette, so I thought I would share it with you guys in case you are a shimmery look person. Okay, so using, this is my Sephora, and is there a number on it? Pro Packing Shadow number 13, and it's a very flat headed brush. And before I get too far with anything else, I'm going to pick up this really shimmery color, which is Glitz On. With this brush, just pack it on there, get a decent amount, tap off the excess, and right here in the center, I'm going to pack that Glitz On onto the lid. Like so. And I'm going to drag this, pack it on more, and drag it over to that inner corner. And really blend it kind of up into what I've already got the colors going to that corner. I just want to lightly blend this Glitz On color to there. And then pack it on. And then when I go to do another swipe, I pack it on to the middle so that it kind of darkens that, and then bring it over and then just drag it lightly up and over to that center. So it's like that. So now you have like a very shimmery, but it's a very natural shade. So it's not real heavy. It's very light, in my opinion. Okay. So I like to not leave my eyes hanging out like this. I like to darken the corners. If that's not what you like to do, you do you, boo. But I'm going to use the Morphe Jaclyn Hill. This is the JH37, and it is a very stiff, flat brush. And I'm going to go in with, I'm going to pull this really dark umber color that's called For Real. And I'm going to just lightly, I mean, I don't know if you can even see that I have some on there, very lightly tap off the excess because it doesn't take a lot. And I'm going to gingerly tap it on this outer corner here, and light strokes towards the Glitz On color that I have in the middle. Not real heavy-handed, very light. We can darken it when we do the under eye here in a minute. Get a little bit more, and I'm just going to drag it on that one little corner there. So for me, I feel like that helps tighten up the eye and make it look a little more like the almond shape, where this leaves it kind of hanging open. But if that's not how your eyes are shaped, you may not want to do it this way. And like I said, you do you. This is just how I do it. So again, just pack on that. And then gently on that outer corner. It doesn't take a lot. With these darker colors, you just need a teeny bit. So it'll last you like forever because you don't use much of it. It's just a real shimmery, and then this is a matte I used in the corner. You could probably use a glitter or a shimmer, not a glitter, but a shimmer color. But I like the matte just because it kind of ties it in and keeps it tight and just something different. There's a lot of shimmer going on, and then you've got kind of this matte color bringing it in. So, okay, so for the bottom under eye, I'm going to use the Morphe Jaclyn Hill number 40. It is a tiny tapered, very fluffy, not very, but it's fairly fluffy, a little stiff. And I'm going to go back in with that My Type, the first color that we did on the brow bone up here. And I'm going to drag that on those under lash line there, just slightly, and go along. And I'm going to drag it up to that corner. And do the same thing on the other side. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Like so. I don't know if I was covering it where you couldn't see it because I was looking in my mirror. I do that sometimes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my JH39. It is an even more tapered, less fluffy brush. And I'm going to go in with that So Wild color, which was the lighter copper, the second color that we did right here below there. And I'm going to pack that on pretty good, tap off excess, and then drag that all the way across that line, that lash line, all the way following that My Type over to that corner. And same thing on this side. Let me make sure that I'm showing you. I get so focused sometimes I'm like, ooh. Oh, look, when I do that, like my poor, I didn't sleep super great lately, and so my poor sad eyes that are like, sleep. I don't know that you ever sleep again when you have children, but okay, so I'm going to take, this is a Morphe M50H brush, and it is really short and flat. And that I'm going to use that darker copper, the Extra Attitude, I think it was. Yeah, Extra Attitude. And this I'm going to drag along that lash line halfway. And this you'll have to do kind of in baby steps because this is short, which you want so that you can just, it's a smudging brush is what it is. And then just do short little stints of it, get a little bit more product on there, and keep going till you're about halfway. And just kind of smudge it out gingerly. All right, then I'm going to take my Morphe M432, and this is a really flat, thin brush, and the bristles are really stiff on it. And I'm going to take that For Real, that dark brown that we put over in the crease, or in the outer corner, not the crease. And I'm going to use that and then just really right up on that lash line, tight line, this darker color right on that outer edge. See how that, so over here we kind of have it open, this creates that darker. And sometimes if I feel like this wasn't quite what I wanted to be dark, then I will take this brush, turn it up like at an angle so it follows that crease line, and then just darken up this outer edge. So see how that's a little bit darker than this side just by creating that little extra. So we'll move to the other eye. And tight line on that line there. So this is like the before how it was. This is when I darkened it, and then just watch this other eye here as I put a little bit of that dark right in that corner. Just really pulls in the look. Doesn't leave it so open-ended. And I think that looks the best for my eyes anyway. So I tend to do this more often than not. And then just kind of blend a little bit out if you get a little crazy with the starch line. And voila! Now, and we done! This would be my final look, and hopefully you guys learned something about this, enjoyed it a little bit, and I will let you take a look at it closer. Bye!